everybody. My name is Gio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round... Oops. You know what? We're just going to do that intro again and probably forget to cut it out. Hello, everybody. My name is Gio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you from round 2 of the Nova Open, day 1 of Swiss. We have Alex Wade versus Phil Karash here, the Separatist Alliance versus the Galactic Empire. I pulled this squad because I saw Alex with these 3, yes, you see them, 3 rogue types for the Separatists, and I was like, you know what, let's see what all this is about, because I don't understand, and I want to understand. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. But before we go too far, let's go ahead and open up those Choose Your Champion bets. We're going to go ahead and get that done here. But real quick, let's make sure we assign our winner from last turn. And now you may choose your champion. So let's go ahead and start breaking this list down. We'll start with Phil, so I think that'll be the fast one. We have Darth Vader here. Oops. Sorry, please hold. Sorry, y'all. Having some technical difficulty. We have the standard loadout Darth Vader. That's going to be played this round. Definitely stalling because something's going wrong on my side. Come on. There we go. All right, so this is the Black Leader, Darth Vader. After you perform an action, you may spend a force to perform an action. Has that hate, ion missile, and afterburner there. Continuing on the side of... Oh my goodness, what is happening? Sorry, y'all. We also have Fifth Brother in that TIE Advanced version 1. We have, while you perform an attack after the neutralize result step, if the attack hit, you may spend 2 charges to add 1 crit result. A very solid and well-known ability there. Though most of the time we have homing missiles in that setup. You can see Phil going for something a little bit different here with the concussion missile. 3 dice attack. That can end up, adding a crit result. If you end up getting 3 hits, could end up being 4 hits. And it's an interesting take, because you, instead of the essentially guaranteed 1 damage that homing missiles can do and end up being hit crit with Fifth Brother, you're kind of raising the ceiling on the damage race there. Then, if you were around last turn, you saw that we had these bombers. It's pretty much they're not standard loadout cards, but it is the standard setup that people are using. We got Captain Jonas with bomblet generator, barrage rockets, and saturation salvo. We have Major Reimer with ion bombs. That's a little different from last turn. Barrage rockets and saturation salvo. And then last but not least, Tomax Bren with the same loadout as Captain Jonas had. Then on the other side, this is the reason why I took out this list. I was like, this is interesting, Alex. Let's take a look here. So Alex brought Dirge, Cad Bane, and IG-101 to the Nova Open. I've actually never seen IG-101, so we're going to just take a second and read this card. At the start of the system phase, you may repair 1 face-up damage card. You know what? That's pretty straightforward. Do I have any crits? Yes. Flip it face down. Cool, thanks. That could be helpful. You have the 5 hull, so I think if you're in a situation where you're taking those critical damage, any type of damage mitigation, or at least mitigation of negative effects, is a good thing. We have ion cannon and independent calculations. Since it does have network calculations, independent calculations, allowing it to get that second calculate there for IG 101. Since there's nobody else in the squad with network calculations, and then engine upgrade to make that attack white. It looks like we do have a shot from downtown to get us started here. And, oh, we are starting a little bit rough here for Alex. It's like Cad Bane just took 3 damage. Hit crit? Or was that too many dice? It was too many dice. Got 2 evades out of it. Squiggle on to Cad Bane. Speaking of Cad Bane, looks like we had another bomber in range here. Oh, no, that was a saturation salvo reroll and took a damage sensor array onto Cad Bane. Oh, the ups and downs there. So ends up taking 2 and a crit with a damage sensor array. One hit, 1 crit. And ends up with 3. Squiggle. And we got a couple more damage going in there. A blinded pilot. So these bombers really starting with some big teeth, being able to take Cad down to 2 hold. Now the points haven't been given up yet. Our scenario is salvage mission. Does he regret the boost? Probably. I mean, this is how we learn. That's okay. This is how we learn. Double focuses coming from Cad. No way to modify that. Plenty of greens. Safe. Now, we were saying that this scenario is salvage mission. We have 5 of the objective tokens out there. Players starting next round will be able to use an action to scoop one of those up and carry it around. And for every turn they're able to hold on to it, they're going to be getting a point at the end of the end phase. And yeah, that is our scenario. You'll see them place some GSP metal tokens out there to mark their whether they have the box or not. Phil will be using the red side of the token, and Alex will be using the yellow and blue visor side of the token. Hopefully all of you are having a wonderful day. Remember, you are my co-pilots for the day, so let's have a conversation. You guys want to talk about something? Let's do it. I could sit here and talk about the game. Of course, that's what we're here for. But, you know, I want to have a good time watching the game and also have some great conversations. I think that is just a little bit more fun, you know? Why not both is the way I'm thinking. Instead of Cad Bane, Sad Bane, I would agree. That seems like a correct assessment of his situation. And betting officially has been closed. We've been notified by the Cloud bot, and it looks like Phil has a 72 to 27% advantage. Is Paul in a cowboy hat and sheriff's badge? I have not seen Paul wearing a cowboy hat. Does Paul have his cowboy hat? The people are asking. And his badge. And his badge. Yeah, his sheriff's badge. That's what people are asking. He's famous for it.
You're not wrong.
The internet people want to know.
I recall this too, and I probably should have said something yesterday.
All righty. And here is our road roll. Looks like Alex is going to go first. How's the hotel? You know, I would say it's on par with the previous location. My only gripe is the layout. The layout is kind of wonky. It's like a take a book, like a chapter book, open it up to the center page and kind of let it. Maybe a new chapter book, if you were to kind of open it and let it splay open. It's kind of the design of the hotel. If you want to Google it, it's the Washington Hilton. It's kind of a wonky shape, and if you have a hotel room on the end, which I do, it's just a really long walk. Please do come by and say hi. Blank. Oh. I always wanted to know, who is your favorite composer? I'm pretty partial to Beethoven. I'm a big fan. Big fan. I know that's a pretty popular one, but he's just good at writing, or was good at writing just music that was really exciting. Even when he never went super experimental. But when he tried some things that were pushing the envelope of what was considered classical and started moving into the Romantic period, it was just really cool to hear this change of structure. You know, it's the three composers that most people know. They know Bach, Mozart, and Beethoven. The reason is they have very defined places in the development of music. Bach, here's your music history lesson. Bach's death marks the end of the Baroque era. He was essentially the most well-known Baroque composer still living, and when he passed away, we moved into the classical age, which is the music you think of like Mozart. And Mozart was essentially the classical champion, very, very good at writing what most of you consider classical music. And then Beethoven started in the classical era and created the bridge to the Romantic. So yeah. What's your opinion on Brahms? Brahms is great. Brahms is cool. I enjoy Brahms. Most of the stuff from the Romantic period is really, really good.
No, he says he lost the game.
Do I ever think I'll make more new metal? Probably not. To be completely honest, it was fun when I did. I was a younger man at the time, a very angry young man. I write what I feel. And I haven't really felt that aggression in myself in a while. So, like I said, as a composer and a music writer, I usually just write what I feel. I got a lot of happy times right now. Now, it's different if I'm hired to write it, then yeah, sure, why not? Cool, let's go for it. Because then it has direction and purpose. But for fun, probably not. All right, so it looks like Fifth Brother's going to have an attack there. Grievous did end up picking up the cargo. Trying to scoop up the points. Looks like it was the only one that was picked up so far. And that's a target lock, I think. For what it's worth, your new medal gave me Russian circle vibes. That's a huge compliment. Thank you.
Oh no, I do too. I actually, but I can find things often in the paper version quicker than searching it on PDF because I know where it is. Right. I have my principle. Right, because you can't cancel it, and that's what the okay. Right. The only way
Okay, so we had Dirge take a big turn to the left, big motion. What's the format this weekend? We got 5 rounds today, 5 rounds tomorrow. That's an A flight and a B flight, followed by a cut on Sunday that combines both A and B. My only complaint, somebody was asking how the hotel, my only complaint is that their key card maker wasn't working last night, so they had to escort people to their rooms, but that meant like, you know, like the choice to leave your room ended up being a lot bigger deal, because then you had to like get in line to show your ID to get let up, even if you were just like, I want to go get some ice or whatever, because I'm by myself, so I can't be like, hey, stay in the room and I'll knock. Doesn't work. How many players today? How many players did we end up with today, Patrick? How many players did we end up? 3, 4? 34 in the first flight, friends. All right, Darth Vader came in, laid the target lock, ready to lay some pain. Probably going to end up dropping that crate. If you suffer that crit, yeah? Big money right there from Darth Vader. 3 hits and a crit. That is starter pack Darth Vader. 2 focuses from Grievous. He's taking all of that. He does have impervium plating, though. Exclamation point list will give you a link to this weekend's events. So going to end up taking 3. It's a pilot crit. Oh, Panic Pilot. Are you going to do the thing? Are you going to do the thing? Isn't it? No. Is it ship crits? Impervium plating. Guys, which one is it? I thought it was pilot crits, isn't it? No, it's ship. It's ship. Ship. Ooh, favorite Jedi that is not an Obi-Wan or a Skywalker. Think about that. I had an answer locked and loaded, but here we go. We got the Bombers laying some pain here. Hit, crit. Fuel leak. Oh, the order of this matters. A hull breach into a fuel leak. I think that's into CAD. Did CAD just die? Rough. Is Cad Bane dead now? I don't know. His ships have to. Yes. Yep. He's been removed from the table. Cad Bane's gone. F's in the chat for Cad. Sad Bane. Let's get some Sad Banes in the chat. And I don't think the Bombers are done. I think he got a couple more shots coming from that top side. All right, Separatist trying to get some traction here. Double crits and a focus. Yes, Grievous should have dropped this crate. We will make sure to bring that up. Remind me, make sure, help me out, guys, when we get to the end of the turn. Make sure to remind them. I'll also get a damage update. Checking to see if Major Reimer is in range. Grievous stats. Grievous is limping. That's why I have to go check. We got a judge check here. Nightwing, thank you for the sub. It's going to be looking at his options. It looks like that if he was going to try to go for Major Reimer, that is out of arc. And here's the roll. He's going to be going at one of the two bombers. I would guess the closer one. Be a range 2. It's going to spend the focus for hit crit. It's a primary weapon, range 3. And 2 evades. Yeah, Grievous may have definitely took damage. I'm just not sure exactly how much. So right now I'm leaving it there, and I'm going to do an update when the round finishes. I'll just get up and go. And here's looks like we have some return fire. This is going out to IG 101. Had spent the focus already. 2 hits, so no barrage rockets there. Took 1 squiggle. So that's a shield there on IG 101. Two focuses on the next attack, and nothing to spend it there. And looks like Fifth Brother is going to take a shot now. I think this is going to be that concussion missile. If it's 3 dice, you know it is. Yes, concussion missile. Oh no, the dice can went out. Oh no, come on. Terrible timing. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to hold for a second here. Terrible timing. Rip dice cam. It's back. It decided to take a nap for a second, I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right, we know that it was a good amount of damage. All right, and I believe this is now IG 101's opportunity to shoot and doesn't do it. I guess he dodged. I mean, I guess maybe. I'm not sure. We'll never know. Let me go and get a damage update. I'll be right back. Terrible timing. Wow. All right, I am back. So Grievous has taken one card. The attack by Fifth Brother did end up missing. And then let me pull up the picture that I just took just to double check everything. On Philip's side, all his ships are clean, no damage there. And then we have Sad Bane, one shield down on 101, Cad, and then Grievous with that. Yep. All right. So we're updated now. We're up to date, and nobody gets objective points this turn because of the dropped crate, which I did realize before I even got there. So we're all set there. Dom Flanagan says this looks pretty one-sided. I mean, as of right now, I know Alex losing one more ship would be pretty detrimental. Yeah, the Empire hasn't taken any. I didn't see any damage out there. Let me just take a double check. I'm pretty sure he's clean. Yeah, all shields up on Vader, shields up on Fifth Brother, and those bombers didn't take anything. He spent those focus defensively. He's like, you know what? I'm ahead. Let's keep it that way. All right, took care of that. So we've elapsed a little less than half of the game so far. And yeah, if you're just joining us, Cad Bane took an early boost that exposed him and took him down to only about 2 hull left. Bad times. Bad times. And that definitely was a swing. That's man, that Cad wasn't available for his first shots. Especially he's got some heavy hitting things there. You got proton cannons, you know, and proton bombs. Like those are some really big damage dealing pieces, and not so much.
When's your lunch break? When's your lunch break?
After this round.
All righty, getting back to the game here. We're getting a target lock. Getting acquired there. All right, so Apostasis says, I see Separatist dials smiling at me. But it says, same here. My daughter told me they look like half a teddy bear's face, and I can never unsee it now. I'm going to have to see the other side. Is the video frozen? It shouldn't be frozen anymore. It did stutter there for a second, though. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take that bump focus after hitting 101. All right, here comes fifth brother. All right, keeping it safe. Two bank here. C3LB says, oh no, a stress focus for barrage missile bombers. Yeah, I mean, that bumping rule doesn't really punish them much. They're allowed to fire off that barrage missile anyway. Of course, you still have to have a target within range 1 to 3. So if you don't have a target, then you're not really able to, it doesn't help you too much. It helps you on defense. But in this case, Phil does have targets, at least at range 1. He might not be able to use those barrages, but he can definitely use his primary. And just switch off targets, have the ship that's touching and overlapping the Bactoid fire at 101 and vice versa for Major Raymer. All right, looks like we're going to get a barrel roll here from Dirge. Try to get that proton cannon on. Let's go. Prepare the cannons. Prepare the cannons. Let's go. Yes, you can type exclamation point lists to get a link to the Roll Better tournament. You'll see nested under that single post is today and tomorrow. It's a brand new fancy dancy feature. Shout out to Brian G, by the way. Doing some good work here with Roll Better. Vader's creeping. That's a range 1. Right on the tail of Dirge. I mean, I'm assuming he's just going to slap down a lock. And gonna barrel roll away. Are there any still bombs there? I'm surprised. I guess you know what? The barrel roll is for you're chasing down Grievous. Got it. For a second, I was like, what is happening? So we barrel rolled, we focused, and is there a target lock already established? There is. So yeah, it looks like the plan is let's just try to take care of Grievous first. That's going to be a full string after spending the focus. All right, takes 3. Hit crit. And is that going to be enough? It looks like, I see 2 cards in his hand. And the crit is it tossed? I see him, he's kind of holding, yep, all right. So he's going to be taking 2 damage, not the 3rd one. Saved by the plating. All right, here we go. Next attack coming in. And a big shot here with the proton cannon. 1 hit, 3 crits. It's one of the bombers, whichever one's in the bullseye. He's got 2 in there. He is going to be taking 3 critical damage to one of these bombers. Let's see how this plays out here. Weapons failure. Disabled power regulator, and a stunned pilot. Weapons disabled and stunned, and it looks like that's going on to, which card is that? Just a quick peek at these cards. No, not that one. It is that one. It's Major Rhymer. Major Rhymer. So that was disabled. That was another attack coming in. I see some dice. Here comes the bombers striking back. We'll get the rest of those crits here in a second. Weapons and stunned. All right, it looks like that Bactoid just took a damage from the range 1 shot. All right, here comes 101. Probably going to try to fire onto Vader. It looks like what the reach was. I think the question is whether it's obstructed or not. We'll find out by the number of dice what the call in the field was. I got to get the judges' NFL-style speaker on this microphone on their hip. It's 3 dice, ion cannon, and it looks like it was not obstructed. But there's no ionization, just a single damage there on Vader. So Grievous living another turn, absolutely massive. you know, one interesting thing about this game so far is like Phil didn't even pick up any. Neither of them picked up any cargo. They do know this is salvage mission, right? Like there is an objective. I guess you know, if you both agree not to use it, I guess that's fine. Looks like hit crit. No, crit's gonna end up going through here. That's our second shield on IG 101. They're on the Savage mission. I like it. They're creating salvage for game 5. There you go. And it looks like we're taking... Not sure why he showed the crit there. But able to get through 2 hits. That's still on 101, I believe. All those ships are chewed up. No, it looks like that 2 damage was on Dirge. So shields are down on both of the remaining rogue class. And Phil with a hit crit. Spending the focus for 3. And I think finally that does enough to take Grievous down. I'm going to use Grievous's ability for the reroll. All right, takes hit crit. And he says, hold on a second. He's deciding if he wants to use the force to add the additional one before he sees the cards. I mean, it is a crit, right? He's going to do it. He's going to give himself an additional chance. He wants to try to take Grievous off the board. And Impervium plating the first one, but couldn't do that one. So is that finally enough to take Grievous off? Yes, it is. Grievous goes down. Bold play there by Philip. It didn't backfire. Had the possibility of forcing that crit through with Fifth Brother and then having it be chucked. Actually, no, you only, how many charges are on Impervium plating? Maybe they were all used up by then. Is it 2? It's 2, and he used 1 in the second one. Okay, so actually it was a guarantee. He was doing the math. All right, 2 hits. And there's the third. A double blanks there. Not sure if that was IG or the Bactoid firing, but it looks like it was enough to take Major Reimer off the board. Honestly, that's honestly so fast for GG. I mean, it's 3-9 right now, I believe, is the score. Or is it more than that? He's gotten rid of. Oh, for General Grievous. That's what I was a little confused by the GG there for a moment. There is going to be a. Hey, what's up?
Do you want tacos?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any preference for what
I
you hate about tacos?
I like steak tacos with lettuce, tomato, and cheese. But like actual steak tacos, not ground beef tacos.
Okay.
Because then if they're ground beef tacos, I want chicken tacos.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's the.
Okay, that's the order.
Yeah.
Chicken, ground beef.
Friday in an odd-numbered line.
Yeah.
I will
Well, so
fine for tacos. Fine.
all right, sounds good. Like there was, I'll tell the story on stream. I'll tell you later. Locally in Chicago, there's tons of Mexican restaurants, and there's this place in like the party, one of the party areas in Chicago called Wicker Park, and I had never been to this restaurant called Flash Taco. Okay, and like my friends, because I'm not a big party guy. Friends would be like, oh yeah, we went out all night. We went to Flash Taco. It was really good. And I was like, well, you guys probably partook in a lot of drinks. Let's see really how good it is. So after a concert, I was like, hey, after playing concert, my wife and I went. They were terrible. Like literally the worst tacos I've ever had. Like they said they were steak. It wasn't steak. It was ground beef, and it was nasty. It tasted like nothing. It tasted like nothing, Patrick.
Not, which is the opposite of the Thai spicy pad Thai I had last night.
That's lots of flavor.
A challenge to complete.
A challenge. Did you complete your achievement though? Did you get it?
I got the cheese. Trophy unlocked.
Yeah. A taco fight. Yeah, I'm just saying. If you shredded meat's greater than ground meats for tacos, it's true. I just prefer just solid chunks. Just give me the chunks. I'm fine with it. All right, here we go. Going into the next round. My problem is that they advertised it as carne asada, which is a very specific way to prepare meat, and it was not. That's why I was upset with that. Yeah. Ugh. I took one bite, and I gave the rest of it away. I just couldn't. All right, so we got a drop of one of the bomblet generators over there. I have the bomb card, the errata. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be dropping out of both. Where's the Nova Open this year? Is it actual DC? I think so. I mean, I think so. I had to get in a Washington, D.C. cab and not a Virginia cab. When I came here, that was a very, like, specific thing. Also, my cab driver was very nice up until the point I told him I had a credit card. And then he was not very happy. He told me I had to tip him in cash, and I was like, I mean, I told him I don't have to, but I will. Just because I want to get my stuff out of your cab. But anywho, the cabbie is incorrect, and that's illegal. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I just left. I just, I wanted to get out of the situation. I wonder why ride sharing is killing taxis. Yeah, you know, I had signed up for a Lyft first, and they were like, I got like 3 cars got canceled, maybe because they just really didn't want to go to the airport or whatever. So then I was like, well, I'll just go to the taxi line just because they're right there. All right, here we go. IG 101 hits the gas. 5 straight. Are we going to start playing that objective now? I think he's out of range, though. I don't think he's got the stretch for range 1 for middle objective face. Reaches. Oh, it's out in it. Yep, it sure is. No, that feels terrible. Feels terrible. Wasted action. One bank. Why play objective when you can just go pew pew? I mean, true. I mean, that is a consideration when you're building a list, right? You go, how do I win the objective? And then eventually you go, what am I able to just murder everything? Can I just destroy enough ships where in faster than my opponent that can be potentially like the best at objectives can collect objective points? And then where on that continuum do you want to be? So we've officially hit +1 hour. No, actually, no, that's the everybody clock. We are slightly ahead or behind. We started later. Is the point I'm trying to say. Copper Blue says, "Oh man, I totally forgot this live stream to X. We want to work." Yes, absolutely. Friday stream just for you and everybody else who wants to watch. Velvet Buddha says in the chat, why do damage when you can just endlessly debuff opponents? Like you're jammed, jam. I believe that is what is being referred to there. Crispy, one of a big proponent of the First Order. Copper Blue dropping some subs, celebrating the Friday stream. Thank you so much, friend. Woo! All right, let's see where Phil's next ship's going to end up going. Oh, okay. So Vader taking a 2 bank. So by the looks of it, it seems like Vader's taking a turn off. Not too aggressive. He knows those bombs are coming out. Can't set up the flank yet. We can see that the Bactoid did pick up a crate, though is in danger of taking some damage from his own friends, or from the bombers from the Empire. Oh, and going for the barrel roll, so trying to get that damage from the bombs and then finish it off in classic Vader hammer style. And measuring for bombs, looks like nothing for the top one. Second one misses his own. Does it reach Vader is the question. Got a little greedy with that barrel roll. We'll find out if Phil rolls any dice. And they're gonna, it's close enough, but they have to mark the ship out the way. And they were being very careful there. I think the answer is yes. Or was it just a bit outside? All right, so that's going to be 1 damage to the Bactoid. It's not a crit, it's a hit. And what about Vader? He's picking up some red dice. And this is Vader's attack. So the dice box may have moved just a little bit. Spending the target lock. And after spending the force, it's going to be a full string. 2 hits, 2 crits. And did we just make that Bactoid disappear? Yeah, I think so. Council fire. So I had the Bactoid already taking some damage. So it's either on 1 or done. Let's find out here. Ends up dropping the crate because of suffering the critical damage. Making that available for the next round, if desired. I mean, at this point, they've just been slapping each other around. As a note, there is a break in between this and the next round. It's going to be about an hour lunch.
I hate to tell you the wrong thing. So I think we're going to start was it 140 for the next round start? Yeah.
All right, looks like we are going to mark another ship out the way to check to see if that bullseye is on. That looked like that was in. Crit 2 focuses. I think this might be the just the primary 1 for 1. And reach in there from the bomber. Going at IG 101. And that's a full string right off the roll. Doing those barrage rockets, and all 3 of those are going to stick. Yeah, it looks like they're double checking the attacks here. Is there anyone else? Yes, there is. And spends a focus on that bomber to deal 2 more. Looks like this was another barrage rocket going into IG, and I think that might be enough to take it off the table. No. Reach for range 2.
You want any pizza?
No, thank you, but Paul went to get tacos.
Where are tacos?
Tacos.
Where are tacos?
I don't know. I just live here.
You just live here?
I just live here. What's the plan for this evening? What is going on this evening?
We don't have one.
We don't have one.
I didn't have a plan for dinner. We did some fancy steakhouse next to the White House last night.
Oh, fancy.
How about Wagyu steak?
There.
Delicious.
Hey,
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Did you give me my loot box specifically? Like, did you?
no.
Backstory should be down on the overlay. Yes.
So I also have 2 suit tiers.
Sorry, I talked about it and then didn't click the button.
There's a lot of suits here.
There's a lot of suit tiers. Yeah, that's your take it.
Market.
Don't skip.
All right.
Good. Maybe
I just don't want Dion wondering why his screen's frozen.
We waiting on anybody else?
Yeah, Ben.
a bunch of suits
Ben.
here.
Ben.
What looked good in pack 1, maybe.
All right. So we'll find out how much time is here in this round very soon. By being an offside timer, one of the disadvantages, not disadvantage, but I guess what's the word? Interesting things. You got to ask yourself, is it okay to have an offset timer, right? Are you okay with it? Because when you call it for everybody else, the stream at that point now knows the ending timer, and depending on the amount of time between your start and their start, there is this weird limbo of, oh, I am now aware of when it's going down.
No, that would.
All right, 2 hits and a blank. Double focus. First player goes to Alex. And it looks like we are dropping a bomb. So that is the second of the bomb generators. It's probably anticipating Dirge doing a 5 straight and doing that like hop over, like IG did earlier in the last round. And there's Phil. Phil's like, all right, you know what? I guess we could play objectives now. It picks up 1. Might try to get himself over the finish line with those objective tokens. Big zoom here from the bomber. Let's see if he'll fall for the same. No, he's a bit closer. So that's going to be a second point potentially there. And it's a hard 2.
You need to put your score in and confirm it before you leave.
Dirge doing a little flippy dip. Was not going for the objective token. He's here to try to lay some pain, do some damage to Captain Jonas.
So I don't know what the name is, but it's a pizza place immediately next to an Irish pub
now not dead.
Sure. Did someone get you food?
All right, looks like that bomber zooming. Going to be sitting range 1 of Dirge. 0 is Shifty McChips. That's correct. If you type exclamation point list, you'll see that there are 0 scum lists today. Yeah, pretty much it's just Dirge. Dirge and nothing else. At this point, it's a formality. The completion of the next couple rounds. But hey, you know, you paid for the Nova Open to play. You can play it out. All right, here's Vader. Three hard. Or was that a 2 hard? I think it was a 2. It could be debating a barrel roll. Maybe to set himself up for the objective pickup later. Does end up taking the target lock just because that's what Vader does. Maybe gonna barrel roll and try to pull back to see if he's got arc on Dirge, but I really don't think so. Looks like there's a question about a card. And he's just outside of the bomb. Dirge is clean as well. So funny enough, I don't think Dirge is taking any shots and may have a proton cannon shot onto Captain Jonas. Let's find out here. Here we go. We'll know which weapon by how many dice get thrown, and it is the proton cannon. 2 hits and a crit and a blank. Can change one to a crit because of proton cannon. 3. And forced to drop the box here, ends up taking 3, and Captain Jonas takes damage sensor array, hull breach, direct hit, which will be face up, and stunned pilot. Stunned direct hull breach damage sensor. Down to 2. Stun direct hull breach damage sensor. So you know what? Alex is not going quietly into the night. I'll tell you that much. Drops within range 1.
Right, I couldn't do that yesterday. Right, we're trying to. No, that one was fine, but it should have been ahead. Yeah, so I went with that one. No, that was the first one.
And we're back to planning. Phil does end up getting 1 additional point. So it should be a 3-17. There's a score I have. Just looking over to confirm. Yep. Now, looking at the positioning right now, Vader is in a spot to scoop up an objective. So is Tomax. Just zoom down. I mean, even Captain Jonas. I mean, I would. Why not? Just go ahead and grab it. You have maybe. Let's see. They ended it at 78 minutes, so it means we have about 3 minutes. The timer stopped. Our timer stopped at 75, just because that's what it do. But yeah, time has been or will be called very soon.
Progress. Yes, but I have ruined the colors. Well, it's now, this one's red like the other one, so. Yeah, but it's really good. Yes, there's a, yes, there you go. Is that necessarily, it's not as bright as that, but this one doesn't get as bright non-red color. Do you know how to change it?
All right, here we go. We're gonna nimble bomber.
FG2. Yep. Oh yeah, that's not.
You have to be undefeated to make the cut in my heart.
Reset them and test them for a little bit.
All right, so it looks like we are attempted to grab a target lock with Fifth Brother. It was out of range. Ends up just taking a lock on the obstacle there. 3 hard for the bomber. Scoop up the objective, I'm assuming.
Short rebels, right, Patrick? I think we have way more Imperial players than rebels. Okay, yeah, no, like this 140. Yes, 140. We're starting.
All right, 3 straight. And takes the middle objective. So this is mine. I'm getting a point too. Fair. Didn't have the barrel roll or the boost. Like, neither of those lines up that bullseye for Dirge. And pretty much Captain Jonas' job is to try not to die, which would end the game. Chris, for them. Did you tell them though? Okay. So this will be their last round.
Sorry, I thought they were attacking.
Yeah, you're good.
So now I've lost both Ben and Casey for that game. So we have no score and no winner.
All right, we have some shots here. Alex is just trying to pop that crate off, but it's not going to be enough. All right, so we're going to let them play it out here with their final attacks.
Both players for one of our games.
All right, does end up getting the crit there. So I guess lucky. Phil didn't end up doing an action there. I think that one has the disable power regulator, so couldn't. But that's going to be the game there. Gets 2 more objective points at the end, and that will be the game. Congratulations to Phil Karash for getting the win. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J List.
our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.